Commercials, while being a pain now to watch, hold a lot of nostalgia, especially those really strange commercials that have always been stuck in your head, questioning your reality. There were a lot for video games, especially in the 90s and early 2000s. These video game commercials were extra weird, and I want to go through some of the weirdest I could find. I tried to focus on the 90s, but there are some here from more of today, if they were worthy enough. I'm also not discussing the whole mobile game ad thing, just because that's really a video on its own. Consoles obviously get a lot of commercials, advertising the new features, power, and the new games, but a lot of console commercials around the 2000s were not that. Take a commercial airing around June 2006, dubbed PlayStation 3 Baby. A robotic baby looks at the PlayStation in an empty room, makes weird noises, then cries. This shows nothing on the console, doesn't feature any games, nothing. Unless you get possessed by a baby, this shows nothing. Also, forget showing stuff, this commercial is downright terrifying. After seeing this, I don't want to buy a PlayStation ever. But this wasn't just a one-time thing. Another commercial airing in 1999, also by PlayStation, was Cursed Beyond Reality. In the commercial, some alien girl sits down and rambles about humans and shit.
In question, have you? Mankind went to the moon. I don't even know where Grimsby is. Forget progress by proxy. Land on your own moon.
But I can't understand because I'm too focused on this chick's eyes. At the end it says, quote, "Do not underestimate the power of PlayStation." Okay, PlayStation, I swear, you're not making people buy your products. If anything, you're just scaring them off. I do have a non-scary PlayStation ad. Here it is.
Come out and play! I can't! I'm playing Nut! But there's Portable Nut! What? Yeah! It's a nut you can play with outside!
PSP. It's like a nut you can play with outside.
PSP. It's like a nut you can play outside. I don't think I need to say anything further. Hey, I'm picking on PlayStation and Sony a lot here, so here's one from Nintendo. The ad starts off pretty normally, then dead squirrel. A man beats his Game Boy with said dead squirrel, which gives the Game Boy color. Sure, at this point.
Hey, there's an easier way to get color. Get a Game Gear, the full color portable with over 150 games.
How about we move on to commercials for the video games themselves? I have a whole section just for Nintendo because of how many ads there are for Nintendo products. It makes sense though, Nintendo dominated the market in the 90s, so there's a lot more commercials out there with their biggest product being Mario. I didn't find any crazy or outlandish commercials like there was one for Donkey Kong where a man was beat up and told to point out who did it being an ape. Possibly a little strange, but makes some sense. There was also a Super Mario 64 commercial that was the game with some interesting green screen effects of a dude doing stuff and making commentary. This commercial just shows its age. Unlike this one, which came much later. This one is actually for New Super Mario Luigi U, and is quite new compared to the other ones discussed, but I want to add it because of how goofy I thought it was. The editing, the sparkles, it's wonderful. Now, after, I did find two weird Mario commercials. First one is for Dr. Mario. It starts off with a guy's head made small, then it jumps to some caveman thing while singing the Witch Doctor song. I don't know what this has to do with Dr. Mario, but I don't know, maybe I'm just dumb. The second one starts off with this dude trying to, what I assume, is get with this goth girl, looks at her boobs, then boom, Luigi's Mansion. Now, I'm pretty sure this has nothing to do with Luigi's Mansion. Let's just move on to Pokemon, which was also ginormous at the time. There was this one where a bus driver squished all the Pokemon into a Game Boy. This was for the first games too. There was also another commercial where Goose shitted out a Pokemon Gold Game Boy.
Cool.
Absolutely lovely. Games or anything, but I found one for some Pokemon toys with overdramatic visuals and acting.
Flame power! Their whirlwind power blows them away!
Oh, no!
There's nowhere to hide!
Yikes!
Can they be mastered?
That is also lovely. Going to other Nintendo products, I have only found one weird Kirby commercial, which was for Canvas Curse. The commercial is Kirby and a finger being friends with some soft, happy music in the background. While kinda weird, it is also strangely wholesome. That's actually most of the Nintendo commercials I found, so I'm gonna go move on onto the other games that had some other weird commercials. So starting off, here's an Earthworm Jim commercial. The commercial consists of a dude in an Earthworm Jim costume going about his daily life, then the only thing I can assume happens is the dog pisses on him? I also found these McDonald's commercials from Pakistan. Supposedly there's a ton with interesting 3D animation. But I found a Sonic the Hedgehog one, which I know is sorta well known, and a Crash Bandicoot one. In the Sonic commercial, they are playing some sport with some of our friends looking a bit different than usual.
Rogue and Emmy Dennis. Dream of flower.
For Bandicoot, he and Walter White race against each other. Please, if anyone from Pakistan or anyone who knows about this more, please tell me about it. I'm so curious. Now, here's a really well-known commercial I want to talk about. Yes, I am giving this a whole section. In December of 2014, the video game retailer EB Games released a commercial for Call of Duty: Advanced Warfare. This commercial blew up, mostly because of the guy's look and acting.
Whoa, hey guys, welcome to EB Games.
Call of Duty.
Advanced Warfare. Xbox One.
Copy that.
Personally, I love how the commercial starts off so overdramatic, running to the store, then suddenly stop with the most awkward,
Hey
guys. It's lovely. That's all I have. There probably is more if I look more into it, but I think I have a good selection, plus I may do a follow-up if I find more. I am trying to get this YouTube channel started and slowly get better at it. I know my first video was a mess, but I learned a lot while making that video, and I am learning more while making this video. I hope to whoever's watching this sticks around with this messy journey with me as I learn to write, edit, voice, and whatever else. Yeah.